comedy's brightest stars gather in Liverpool for Sir Ken Dodd's funeral after the procession started out from the home he was born and died in. The beloved comedian made his way to Liverpool Cathedral, where his funeral service started at 1 p.m. Jimmy Tarbuck was among those who eulogized Ken with a touching tribute. "Glad to see Ken's packed out another show. Imagine it at the gates of heaven, the Lord saying, 'Ooh, he's here, can he do 5 minutes?' To which St. Peter replies, 'He's never done 5 minutes in his life. I think genius should be used sparingly, but dearest Doddy introduces us to new universes and an interesting concept of time,' she said. He was kind and thoughtful. He loved speaking to people. I loved to talk to him about comedy and learned so much from him. He used to come and see me in shows. When he was starting out, he wanted cards printed to give out to agents saying to the printer, 'Write Ken Dod, the comedian who is different, but write different upside down,' he said. Ken had time for everybody. He said we were all walking miracles and had a story to tell. He gave out the sound of laughter, the most beautiful sound of all. I last spoke to him before he came out of hospital. He was still buzzing with thoughts and ideas," he said. The death of Victoria Wood hit him particularly hard. It's ironic his death is bookended by Sir Roger Bannister and Stephen Hawking, all who had an interest in time. He added, "I saw him at the Palladium and never knew such laughter was possible. Let's not forget the time of Doddy mania. He gave the Fabulous Four a run for their money." The Royle Family star Ricky Tomlinson was among the first to arrive to pay his respects. Stand-up comedian Roy Chubby Brown, famous for his sarcastic blue humor, also arrived in one of his trademark hats. Jimmy Tarbuck, who was known for hosting quiz shows on ITV during the 1970s, 80s and early 90s, also arrived and caught up with old friends from the comedy world, including Family Fortunes host Les Dennis. The atmosphere was lifted by the appearance of so many famous names. Former Liverpool player Ian St. John and actress Claire Sweeney joined the throng of the city's great and good. "I knew Ken Doddy had a nickname for me, which was Ricky T. I used to go to dinner with him 4 times a year," Ricky Tomlinson told the Liverpool Echo outside the cathedral. "He was an amazing character. He was a one-off. You can't compare him to anyone else." Claire Sweeney said, "I think it's wonderful, the turnout and people are lining the streets. I've flown from Aberdeen this morning and people at the airport were asking if I was going to the funeral, so the whole country is aware of the send-off today." Remembering his old friend, Jimmy Tarbuck said, "Just laughter, and he provided it for so many years. He was the greatest stage comic I've ever seen. He did 3 seasons at the Palladium, and he was glorious. There were roars of laughter." Actress Miriam Margolyes also arrived to pay her respects alongside Jimmy Cricket, Liza Tarbuck, Stan Boardman and Tom O'Connor. Earlier today, thousands of fans lined the streets as the horse-drawn carriage, a nod to Ken's father's profession as a coal merchant, set off from Nottingham. Despite the miserable weather and pouring rain, determined fans clutched bright feather dusters to celebrate the funny man's life. Ken's wife Lady Ann Jones was seen for the first time since her husband's death. The widow dressed in black and wore a yellow flower to match the sunflowers that adorned her husband's coffin. and who was Ken's life partner for more than 40 years and married him on his deathbed, led the procession. She previously said she wanted the funeral to be a public celebration of Ken's life, explaining, "It's a family funeral being shared with thousands of people. I think we are doing the right thing." Ken's trademark feather dusters lined the funeral route, the perfect tribute to a man whose jokes touched the lives of so many. The 90-year-old died on Mother's Day following a 6-week stay in hospital for a chest infection and breathing difficulties after he contracted flu in December. Although Ken rallied at first, his health problems were too severe for the nonagenarian to overcome. Ken's cause of death is still yet to be officially confirmed, but it's thought he died from the complications of the chest infection. The comedy legend is now making his final journey through his hometown as fans gather along the 2-hour funeral route to say goodbye. The funeral cortege set out from Thomas Lane in Notty Ash just after 11 a.m. and is scheduled to pass through East Prescott Road, opposite Alderhay Hospital, Queen's Drive and Childwall 5 ways, before heading down Allerton Maze, Allerton Road and Smithdown Road. It's then continuing on down Ullett Road, Croxteth Road, Princes Road, Catherine Street, Canning Street and Upper Duke Street, before reaching Cathedral Gate just before 1 p.m. The final regular stop is the Anglican Cathedral, where the service will take place. Among the thousands of people who have gathered to say their goodbyes are a host of famous faces, some of whom will be doing readings at the service. Jimmy Tarbuck and Jimmy Cricket have been put forward to address the crowd, while others like Ricky Tomlinson, Johnny Vegas, Claire Sweeney, Miriam Margolyes, Roy Chubby Brown and Roy Hudd will be in the audience to pay tribute. As the cortege goes by, fans will be able to see the flags at Liverpool's Town Hall, Central Library, St. George's Hall and the Cunard Building. They have all been lowered as a sign of respect to the city's beloved comedian. Lady Anne Jones thanked the hundreds of people who have sent her letters and flowers, saying, "I have been overwhelmed by people's kindness and I would like to thank them all. It's love that has come out of this, and it's been incredible. Every letter is about love, and so many people have told me they met Ken. That's because he had time for everybody, so much so that after a show I had to prize him away or else he would never get back home. He was just interested in everybody."